online degrees, flexible schedules, and commercials that keep you up till 2 a.m. But today, we are not enrolling there. Today, you've been accepted to a far more elite institution. Our next mission, ASU. Hi. No, not Arizona State University. I'm talking about Algebra Solutions Unit, where the equations are hard and the professors are harder.
No!
Wow. Here's how it's going to work.
We can't do spatial.
When you enter the classroom, I'm going to need you to grab a whiteboard and take a seat. You'll see a math equation pop up on the screen. Your job? Solve it. Independently, silently. Once you believe you've cracked the code, you'll race into the garage, grab a card that displays your answer, bring it back, and lock it in by standing in one of the 10 spaces available. Each correct answer earns the team 50 cents for the player pot, for a possible total of $30. But there's a catch. Each round is 3 minutes max. Bring back a wrong answer, you're eliminated from the mission. Fail to bring the answer back in time, you're out of the mission. If by the final round only one player is left, that person walks away with an exemption. Oh my goodness. So think fast, move faster, and for the love of Euclid, double check your math. Agents, welcome to ASU. Class is in session. So go on in, grab a whiteboard, and then find a seat.
Whiteboard. Yeah, where's the whiteboard?
We know.
I don't need a coaching session. Does anybody want one? Thank you, my love. I've already had
You
one.
wake up at 6:30.
Okay. Timer will start when I reveal the first question.
I can't see.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Let's bring up my
Face down again?
Talking in the channel.
Sorry.
Ashley's going to win that.
Good. Actually, if you'll take a step over one. Awesome. You're on the corner there. Is that right?
Here.
Over one.
I didn't.
Starting with the first person, if you'll reveal the answer you picked, you'll say it out loud for me.
Oh, 5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
Okay, you all picked the answer 5. The answer is 5. Miles, you're the last person to return with the correct answer, so you are eliminated.
I actually didn't know that. I wouldn't have taken my time.
Okay.
Okay.
Miles, you may have a seat. Everyone, you can return back to the classroom. All right, class, you ready for the next question?
Yes.
The timer will start when it's revealed on the screen. Question number 2.
It's me. Someone might be wrong. So keep looking.
There it is.
Deb?
Do you know how many times I had college algebra?
Don't reveal the answer just yet.
You didn't see that.
I dropped my dry erase marker in the garage.
All right, players, it's time to reveal our answers, starting in the number 1 slot. Jeff?
3.
3.
8.
Hey, I did it on 2. 3.
Everyone who has answered 8, that is Patrick, Sarah, and 9, you are out of the game. 3 is the correct answer. Class, it's time for your next question.
Round of 3. Oh, I thought you meant.
I'm not done. You're good.
Where is it?
Deb, what's the answer? What's the answer?
They just left. really quick, Maddie, we had a question.
Yes.
Can they go back?
11.
We've all said 11. The correct answer is 11. Jackson, you were the last person to return with the correct answer. You are eliminated. Players, 5 of you left. Moving on to round 4. Time will start when I show the next question on the screen. Here we go.
This to be 5.
Okay, you're back.
Minus 3 plus 3. Z. Divided by factor. Oh, duh! Okay. Do that with me. Poo-poo. How's the time? How's the time? Half a minute?
1.5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I can. Oh, maybe something else is wrong. Then all right, let's do this. 2 minus 3 equals 2 plus. Okay, that's the. Okay. 3, 5. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. That one's
Not my strong suit.
All right, you all made it back. We'll reveal our answers starting with the first person, Wayne.
25.
25.
We say it out loud.
25.
Okay, the correct answer is 25. Lisa, 10 is the incorrect answer. You're eliminated from the game. All right, agents, on to the next question. Time starts now. All right, students, you all made it back. We're going to reveal our answers, starting with the person in the first spot. Jeff, what did you bring back?
7.
Oh.
7.
The correct answer is 7. Deb, I'm sorry, that's not a correct answer. You're out of the game. Much like you, I get hot and bothered by algebra. 3 players left. Timer begins. The next question. Go. Right, looks like you all made it back in time. We'll start with the player in the first spot. Jeff,
6.33 repeating.
6.33 repeating.
6.33.
you all brought back the same answer. And that answer is correct. Wayne, you were the last one back. You are eliminated from competition.
So we love mathematics.
Listen, we're still the best at math here.
Yeah. 2 plus 2 is 5.
It's okay.
You
Because
all
he threw
made
a
it
bunch of the
back.
answers away, so
We'll
they'll
reveal our
never find
answers starting with the players. Next question begins now.
I don't know the answers. I just came in here. I don't know the answer.
All right, you both made it back. We'll start with the player in the first spot. Jeff?
5.
13. I know this is wrong.
Could be lucky number 13. The answer is 5. Congratulations. All right, Ashley's been knocked out of the game. Jeff is the last player remaining. So Jeff, you are the last player remaining. If you get this question right and return in time, you will earn an exemption. All right, Jeff, for an exemption, your time starts now. Okay, Jeff has returned in time. Jeff, what did you bring back?
10.
The answer is 10 chickens. Congratulations, Jeff. You earned yourself an exemption. I'm going to dismiss class for a brief recess, and when we come back, we'll find out how much money you've earned for the player pot. Back to school. I'm sure that was fun this late at night. You all, as a combined group, had 30 correct answers. So that is $15 for the player pot. The player pot now stands at $147. Is that right? And also, Jeff earned an exemption in this round. And one update on the mole pot. Mole has $217 in their pot. Okay, we're closing that gap.
Thank you.
What
147 to 217.
This is our last mission of the night. However, our night is not over. We do have a quiz tonight. All right, study up.
And was bleeding, but the bleeding was subsiding, and his backpack had taken the majority of the animal's teeth and claws. Within just a it was just an insurmountable their claws and 5-inch damage across the leg. The bear continued to attack evil alas, the attack stopped. The bear inserted his claws into the back on the right shoulder.
Police began searching for the missing brother, Kalen, to find his body next to the crouching mountain lion. Police fired their guns to scare off the mountain lion and administer first aid. However, upon safely securing Kalen, it was identified that he had
Something I should be noticing? No, I'm paranoid.
while not the announcer playing the tracks much.
Is there something I should be noticing? No, I'm paranoid. Damn it. Why am I being filmed? Why are we being filmed? Something's happening.
Oh my God,
So
really?
the last mountain lion attack occurred in 2004, where a 35-year-old man was killed in Orange County at a regional park. Lastly, I leave you with this. What do you get across the fair?
Oh. God damn it. Gosh, sorry.
We didn't send it. Hey guys, there's something playing on the television for us to watch.
Y'all, there's something going on downstairs. Major journal, no. They're like filming.
Nice down there taking minutes.
Alligators can be found in the following states. They are only native to the U.S. and China. Florida, where you tax that's occurred here. Louisiana has the largest alligator population. Georgia, and South Carolina, Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma also have national alligator populations. Additionally, Alabama has around 70,000 alligators in the southern part of the state, and Mississippi has around 50,000 in its waterways and wetlands. Hashtag Gator done. Hashtag unbelievable. This is Corey Food signing out from a Destination Bowl News Report. Until next time.
Charlotte Nash, 55, of Connecticut, had a scary encounter with a 200-pound chimpanzee that belonged to her friend. Nash was attacked by the chimpanzee while trying to encourage the animal back into her friend Sandra Harold's house. The chimpanzee, named Travis, it's a great name for a chimpanzee, huh? Had appeared in television commercials for both Coca-Cola and Old Navy, so he kind of had a star complex, I guess. While trying to corral the animal back into the house, Travis jumped on Charlotte and started biting and mauling her face and hands. Charlotte survived the attack, but the damage to her face was beyond significant. She suffered from blindness, severe injury, and required a full face transplant that required 30 medical professionals and lasted 20 hours. Nash was also given 2 new hands. Unfortunately, the transplant did not shake, and her hands were later removed. Wow, I guess that monkey was feeling a little cheeky.
Fuck me. Agents. Breaking news. Picture it. Arizona, October 26, 2023. A woman outside of her home in the Hualapai Mountains, which is about 15 miles southeast of Kingman, Arizona, greets and sees what could only be described as a large, majestic creature, an elk. Unbeknownst to her, this majestic creature would be the last animal she ever saw. Around 6 p.m. on the evening of October 26, 2023, an unnamed Arizona woman was found by her husband with wounds consistent with trampling by elk. Near the body of the woman, there was a bucket of corn found. It's corn, a big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. The woman was rushed to the hospital in Clark County, Las Vegas, and placed in a medically induced coma. The woman died from the elk's same injuries on Thursday. This is the first reported elk-related death in the state's history, but not the first elk-related incident. In 2015, 2 children received minor injuries when an elk began circling a picnic table that they were at the Hualapai Mountains. In 2021,
Hey agents, Chad Holloway here from Destination Mole Season 1 to tell you a little story. Now this story took place on October 1st, 2016 in southwest Montana. It was a beautiful early fall morning and Todd Orr went out for a hike. It was about 3 miles into this hike when he came across a mama grizzly bear with her 2 cubs. Now mama bear noticed Todd and ran away with the cubs. And all is good? Todd waited around about 30 seconds before proceeding when he heard a noise over his left shoulder. It was Mama Bear running at full speed towards him. Todd tried spraying the animal with bear spray that he had, but that spray didn't slow the bear down. Todd forced himself on the ground, covering his neck with his arms and locking his fingers in place. The bear was immediately on top of him, biting him, his arms, shoulders, back. He could hear the crushing, tearing of muscles as he laid there with no means of defense. The attack only lasted a few seconds. Todd, stunned but alive, began making his trek back to the trailhead where his truck was. He had several puncture wounds and was bleeding, but the bleeding was subsiding and his backpack had taken the majority of the animal's teeth and claws. Within just a few minutes of heading towards his truck, Todd heard another noise behind him. And when he turned, the grizzly was already like 10 feet away from him. The bear knocked Todd to the ground a second time, where he once again protected his vital organs by laying face down and covering his neck. The bear slammed on top of Todd for a second time, and he was biting the shoulder, arms with much more aggression than the first time. Todd reported that each bite was like a sledgehammer with teeth. Todd had received one bite to his left arm that went deep when he heard the crunching of bones breaking. The bear was reacting to Todd's movements. He knew that he had to remain quiet and even still, but it was just an insurmountable amount of pain. The bear clawed at his head and opened a 5-inch gash across his right ear, nearly scalping him. The bear continued to attack, even tossing him into the air once. At last, the attack stopped, but the bear inserted its claws into Todd's back right shoulder, right where his backpack was, and stood up on top of him, crushing him for like 30 seconds. Todd thought this was going to be the end, but then as suddenly as the attack started, it stopped. It took Todd about 45 minutes to get back to his truck, constantly looking over his shoulder to see if the bear was going to attack again. He was unable to use his left arm that was broken. X-rays showed that it was a broken ulna, as well as multiple puncture wounds and injuries to Todd's arms, shoulders, upper back, resulting in severe nerve damage and a nasty scar to his head. It took 6 hours to close up all the wounds that Todd had sustained. Now, agents, let's grizzly up and face the night.
brothers Taylon Brooks, age 21, and Wyatt Brooks, age 18, of Mount Occam in Northern California were involved in a fatal mountain lion attack on Saturday, March 23, 2024. Wyatt placed an emergency phone call to authorities telling the dispatcher that he and his brother were being attacked by a mountain lion. Wyatt, being separated from his brother during the attack, suffered traumatic injuries to his face. Police began searching for the missing brother, Taylon, to find his body next to the crouching mountain lion. The police fired their guns to scare off the mountain lion and administer first aid. However, upon safely securing Taylon, it was identified that he had already died because of the attack. While mountain lion attacks on humans is rare, it still happens, with the last mountain lion attack occurring in 2004, where a 35-year-old man was killed in Orange County at a regional park. Lastly, I leave you with this. What do you get when you cross a bear with a mountain lion? Killed. You get killed. They'll murder you instantly. You'll be dead.
Leah Sinang, 61, a teacher in the Central California city of Dos Palos in Merced County, died on October 14, 2024, from a rabies bite a month after she transported a bat from her classroom. Sinang was an art teacher at Bryant Middle School. The bat was found in Leah's classroom before school started. It is reported that Leah was a kind person that didn't want to hurt animals. As a result, she scooped up the winged creature and took it outside. Upon release, she felt a prick of pain, but dismissed this for a scratch. Sinang was reported not having any symptoms for weeks before she sought medical attention at Agnes Medical Center on November 18, 2024, after which her symptoms worsened and quickly. The media reports that early symptoms of rabies could include fever and headaches, while left untreated could bring about unbearable brain dysfunction, such as anxiety, confusion, agitation, hallucinations, and finally death. Sounds like this bat hit the lottery. I think we should offer him some coagulations.
Hey Destination Mole, my name is Corey Cluding, coming at you from the Destination Mole news desk with the breaking news on alligators. Michael Bernstein, 75, of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, was attacked and killed in June of 2022. The attack was reported to have occurred near the Myrtle Beach Golf and Yacht Club. Reports indicate that an 11-foot alligator pulled Michael into a retention pond on the club's property around 11:45 a.m. on Friday. When Officer Corey arrived on the scene, the alligator's victims had drowned due to the alligator man-napping. This had been first reported death of alligator involvement since 2020, according to authorities. While we will never know what provoked the alligator to attack, police offered guidance to always be aware of pets and children when visiting or living near coastal areas where alligators may be plentiful. Alligators can be found in the following states and are only native to the U.S. and China. Florida, the majority of attacks and deaths occur here. Louisiana has the largest alligator population. Georgia, North and South Carolina, Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma also have natural alligator populations. Additionally, Alabama has around 70,000 alligators in the southern part of the state, and Mississippi has around 50,000 in its waterways and wetlands. Hashtag Gator done. Hashtag punbelievable. This is Corey Cluding signing out from a Destination Mole news break. Till next time.
Charlotte Nash, 55, of Connecticut, had a scary encounter with a 200-pound chimpanzee that belonged to her friend. Nash was attacked by the chimpanzee while trying to encourage the animal back into her friend Sandra Harold's house. The chimpanzee, named Travis, it's a great name for a chimpanzee, huh? Had appeared in television commercials for both Coca-Cola and Old Navy, so he kind of had a star complex, I guess. While trying to corral the animal back into the house, Travis jumped on Charlotte and started biting and mauling her face and hands. Charlotte survived the attack, but the damage to her face was beyond significant. She suffered from blindness, severe injury, and required a full face transplant that required 30 medical professionals and lasted 20 hours. Nash was also given 2 new hands. Unfortunately, the transplant did not shake, and her hands were later removed. Wow, I guess that monkey was feeling a little cheeky.
Agents, breaking news. Picture it, Arizona, October 26, 2023. A woman outside of her home in the Hualapai Mountains, which is about 15 miles southeast of Kingman, Arizona, greets and sees what could only be described as a large, majestic creature, an elk. Unbeknownst to her, this majestic creature would be the last animal she ever saw. Around 6 p.m. on the evening of October 26, 2023, an unnamed Arizona woman was found by her husband with wounds consistent with trampling by elk. Near the body of the woman, there was a bucket of corn found. It's corn, a big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. The woman was rushed to the hospital in Clark County, Las Vegas, and placed in a medically induced coma. The woman died from the elk-sustained injuries on Thursday. This is the first reported elk-related death in the state's history, but not the first elk-related incident. In 2015, 2 children received minor injuries when an elk began circling a picnic table that they were at the Hualapai Mountains. In 2021, a woman received serious injuries to her head from an elk that became habituated to humans in Pine, Arizona. Agents, please do not feed the wildlife in Arizona. And in the game of the mole, elk it until you make it.
Tyke the elephant, now 44 years old, killed her circus trainer in August of 1994. Tyke, who was mentioned to have a challenging personality by Brian McMillan of Santa Clarita, who had worked with the animal as a young calf, reported that he had seen other animals like Tyke through his tenure of animal training. He mentioned that animals with this personality are hard to train, and this animal specifically had little interest in being trained. Tyke was owned by an Illinois-based corporation who released a statement saying that Tyke had been spooked by the animal groomer Ben Beckworth, 20, as he walked too closely behind her. Beckworth, who was on top of the animal for the grooming purposes in Honolulu, Hawaii, was thrown by the animal. Veteran animal trainer Alan Campbell, 37, tried to intervene as the elephant was getting ready to crush Ben Beckworth's skull by jumping in front of Tyke. Unfortunately, Alan was crushed to death as a result. Beckworth survived the incident and was treated for his injuries at a local hospital with several others from the circus. Tyke, who, after crushing Alan, went to tour the town for 30 minutes after the incident. I wonder what that elephant had packed in its trunks for its city tour. Check those trunks.
Breaking news, Tameo Perry, 49, a native to Hawaii, appearing in the movie Blue Crush, episodes of Hawaii Five-0 and The Bridge, was killed on June 23rd. Emergency services received the first call of the incident around 1 p.m. Tameo had been a lifeguard with the Honolulu Ocean Safety Team since 2016. He was also a local surf coach and competed in the Pipeline Master Trials. Perry was described as a well-known North Shore waterman that exemplified bravery, commitment, and a deep sense of duty. Tameo Perry was killed on Sunday, June 23, 2024, by a shark off the small island named Goat Island while surfing. Goat Island sits off the Melikahane Beach on the northeastern coast of Oahu. Callers reported that Perry's body appeared to have suffered more than one shark bite due to the wounds observed on his body. It is unknown currently if it is safe to get back into the water. French filmmakers are working to create a remake of the classic film Jaws. This time they are calling it Fin, as in this segment is Fin-ished.
Hey, Destination Mole, this is Corey Cluting reporting live from the Destination Mole news desk with another breaking news on foxes. April of 2024, we have reports of a rapid gray fox attacking 3 hikers on the Hugh Norris Trail in Saguaro National Park West in Arizona. The attacks occurred over the course of 2 days, April 3rd and April 4th. 2 hikers had used their trekking poles to fight off the fox.
Only one was scratched, but the other one was bruised. Another hiker was bit on the foot by the fox, but there was no skin broken. The fourth hiker was only potentially scratched. All hikers were treated for rabies as a preventative measure. During this time, the park was closed to hikers. The fox was spotted on April 5th, where law enforcement was forced to euthanize the animal due to the necessity of testing for rabies. The test did come back positive. Keep calm, though, and stay foxy, agents. This is Corey Cluding signing out from the Destination Mole News Desk. Good luck, agents. Till next time.
Hey friends, Drew here in my jungle room with a couple of wild animal stories for you. On February 24, 2010, an experienced orca trainer met her untimely demise while interacting with an animal that she had been working with and handling for quite some time. Dawn Brunchot, an experienced whale trainer of over 16 years, worked with Tilikum, an orca that had been in the theme park circuit since 1992. Tilikum is a male or bull whale. Male and bull. Yeah, that makes sense. Dawn had been reported to have just finished an incredible training session with Tilikum and was hanging over the side of the water tank when her ponytail had swung in front of the animal's face. Tilikum, who must have felt threatened by the ponytail, grabbed it and pulled Dawn into the aquarium where he held the trainer. Eyewitnesses reported that they could clearly see through the viewing glass that the 12,000-pound whale thrashed Brunchot viciously underwater. Having initially thought it was part of the show, responses were delayed. Realizing that the animal was thrashing around hard was when viewers understood that something was terribly wrong. Within minutes, the stadium was evacuated and authorities pronounced Dawn Brunchot, age 40, dead at the scene due to accidental drowning. Whale, that certainly was a big surprise.
Agents, breaking news on Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. Around 11:45 p.m. in St. Louis, Missouri, on Theodore Avenue in the Walnut Park West neighborhood, Mrs. Jenkins, age 62, was outside in her backyard with her dog. Nothing seemed amiss. Suddenly, 3 dogs crawled under her backyard gate and attacked the woman and her dog. It was reported that Mrs. Jenkins was deaf and unable to hear the noise around her at the time. Mr. Jenkins must have heard the attack from inside and came running out to help his wife and their dog. Mr. Jenkins, age 73, fired a gun in the air to try and scare the animals off. However, the warning shot did nothing to deter the dogs. Trying another way, Mr. Jenkins grabbed a broom, trying to swat the animals away. However, Mr. Jenkins was bit while trying to fend the dogs off with the broom. When the police arrived, they were forced to use pepper spray to get the dogs to run away. Mr. Jenkins suffered from multiple bite wounds on his arms and legs, while Mrs. Jenkins succumbed to her injuries while in surgery. The dog was reported to have made a full recovery. Who let the dogs out? Who? Meanwhile, the other 3 dogs were just trying to raise the woof.
Hey agents, Chad Holloway here from Destination Mole Season 1, and I want to tell you a little story. The year was 1981. It was late summer, August 26, to be exact, and Kelly Keene wandered out the front door of her home into her family's front yard. This was the last day Kelly was alive. You see, Kelly Keene, just 3 years old in Los Angeles, California, she woke with her family just like any other day. However, when she went out the front door, it soon became a moment her family would never forget. You see, Kelly encountered a lone coyote. Now, what coyotes don't typically attack people, they are an opportunistic predator. This means that if the coyote feels that it can subdue its prey, it'll attack. Kelly's father responded to the incident within seconds, forcing the animal to release Kelly's head and chase the animal away. But unfortunately, it was too late. You see, Kelly died 4 hours later at the Glendale Hospital from blood loss and a broken neck. Still to this day, Kelly has been the only person to have been known to have been killed by a coyote in the United States. So let it be known that when a coyote plays poker, they always have a full house.
Despite its profile image of a woman in a bikini, eating a slice of watermelon, the YouTube channel Venomous Snakes Classifieds is run by exotic snake handler Jeffrey Leibowitz. September 5th, 2024, Jeff posted a video with one of his collected Slytherins, the inland taipan. This snake hails from the desert of Australia and is one of the deadliest and most venomous snakes in the world. Leibowitz was showing individuals on his YouTube channel how to freehand a snake, a practice of only using your hands for restraint. Leibowitz made the comment that, quote, anti-venom is for pussies, unquote. Later, on the evening of September 5th, 2024, Leibowitz posted on his YouTube channel shortly after 11 p.m. stating, quote, who has immediate access to anti-venom for an inland taipan, end quote. He followed up shortly after 2 a.m., quote, anyone who has anti-venom for an inland taipan or knows someone who does, end quote, to call the local hospital that he had been rushed to after dialing 911. The inland taipan, or venomous snakes in general, are legal to own within South Carolina. When authorities seized and searched Leibowitz's home, they also found 2 cats, 1 death adder, 2 black forest cobras, and 1 green mamba. A total of 14 snakes and 2 cats were seized due to substandard living conditions. When the media reached out for comment from Jeff, all he could say was that he was hissing with excitement.
Jessica Rogue, 44, a Georgia woman, was bitten by multiple brown recluse spiders while cleaning out a shed at her home in Bogart on July 1st, 2024. Jessica was rushed to the hospital less than 24 hours later. Rogue was sweeping and felt something on her face next to her eye, where she reports having feel like she was bitten. Rogue reports that the spiders bit her in multiple places, including her face. Rogue reports that her face, arms, and throat were completely swollen. The brown recluse spider is one of 3 venomous spiders found in the U.S. The recluse can be identified by its dark brown violin-shaped marking on their backs. Symptoms from a bite could include the area becoming red and swollen with a blister forming. A burning sensation may also develop around the area within about an hour. Additionally, a skin rash may appear all over the body, resulting in many small, flat, purple and red spots. Brown recluse spiders are most common in central and southern U.S. Recluses can have especially high prevalence in states such as Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. However, recluse spiders have also been reported in Texas, Louisiana, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Nebraska. This gives a whole new meaning to web design, baby.